The second choice that you and I have to make to really become fit God's way is that we have to choose to see our bodies as a temple. Now, I know that sounds pretty strange, but listen as I read this verse from 1 Corinthians that gives us a little insight into this. It says, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you and whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You are bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your body." See, it's an incredible thing that we learn from that verse, that up to this point in history, when God has dwelt amongst humanity, it's always been at specific locations. It was in the tabernacle as they traveled in the wilderness, and it became the synagogue or the temple in Jerusalem later on. And when people wanted to meet with God, that's where they would go, that specific dwelling place. And what Paul is telling us is that that's no longer the case. We don't have to go to a building. God doesn't live in any building. He lives in our body. If you're a follower of Jesus Christ, then God dwells within you. The Holy Spirit lives within you, and you become this idea of a temple. Now, imagine you're walking down the street and you're going by this beautiful cathedral, maybe the National Cathedral, or this gorgeous synagogue, and you see a group of people, spray painting graffiti on it, or throwing things and busting out the windows, just vandalizing it. What do? You probably call the police, or you tell them to stop. You're ruining something of beauty, of value. And see, what we don't often realize is that we are something of value to God, and He lives within us. And when we don't take care of our bodies, we're vandalizing a place of infinite value. And he goes on to explain how valuable we are. He says, you were bought with a price. The price of what? His own son, Jesus, the most expensive thing that this universe has ever known. God Himself, in the form of Jesus, dying on the cross, that's the price that you were paid for. That's what determines your value, not how you look or not what other people think about how you look, but the fact that God bought you with the most expensive gift that anybody in this world could ever receive. You are incredibly valuable, and the God of the universe chooses to live within you. That puts some onus of responsibility on us, doesn't it? To not vandalize this temple that He's created for Himself to live within. I mean, think about it. If you spent, $1 million and you buy an incredible building or a house, or hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy yourself a brand new Lamborghini or something, are you going to go and put the cheap fuel in that? Are you going to go and give that building a spray coat of, the cheapest paint? No. You buy $1 million racehorse to train up and race. Are you going to feed him just garbage? Of course not. And that's what God is saying, that we are of value, not because of what we look like or what people think about us from the outside, but because He chooses to live within us, within you.